So today we're going to be taking a close look at a fragrance from the house of Salvatore Ferragamo. This one is Uomo. Definitely not a new scent, no stranger to most of you guys. I'm sure you own this or have at least smelled this at some point, but I haven't talked about it yet. At least not in a standalone review, and I think I want to bring this out to you, seeing that we are in winter time, it's getting cold outside, and a sweet fragrance like this works great in these colder weather days. So I'm going to review this one. I'm going to tell you how it smells, how it performs, when you can wear it, and ultimately if I think this one's worth picking up. But first things first, if you like fragrance reviews and top 10s, make sure you get subscribed to the channel. And also I will provide a link down below for you to purchase this fragrance on a discount. I believe this retails for like $92, which is absurd. I can tell you right now, I would not pay $92 for this one, although it is a good scent. I wouldn't do that. So hit the link down below. It'll take you to Fragrance X, which is a great discounter where you can purchase this one at, I believe, like $30. 100% authentic. You guys know the drill. They offer fast shipping and some of the best prices around on fragrances. They have a lot to choose from, so make sure you hit that link. Go check this one out if you're interested. Let's go ahead and get into it. So when you first spray this one on, what I get right in the opening is this nice cardamom note, this spicy, kind of oriental smelling cardamom. It's a fantastic note. I do think it's underutilized, even though it is used quite a bit. You know, it's not like a bergamot or something, but it's used. You get a little bit of cardamom, you get a little bit of black pepper, and right away the sweetness comes through. I get this tiramisu smelling thing, kind of a gourmand leaning scent for sure, with a little bit of tonka bean as well. So it opens up sweet, it goes a bit powdery, and you can tell right off the bat that this is going to be a heavy sweet scent. Working into the mid and dry down of this fragrance, you'll start to get a little bit of the sandalwood and cashmere wood. So a couple of woods there in the base with that sweet note still in there, that very prominent like tiramisu sweetness, and also of course that tonka bean. So for the most part, it's not a scent that evolves too much. The cardamom does wear off a little bit. It's a nice cardamom in the opening. It will go away, which is what you would expect for a top note in this case. But what you're left with is this nice creaminess and this gourmand type of smell. This is a very warming, inviting, and sexy fragrance. Also kind of in the mid dry down, I get a little bit of ambroxan as well. It's not going to be a strong ambroxan, you know, that's prominent like in blue fragrances, but it is in there primarily, I would say, to bump the performance of this one and just to give it a slight bit of contrast, because you have just a ton of sweetness coming at you all at once. Throwing in a little bit of ambroxan just kind of breaks it up a little bit, and again you get that added longevity and even projection from that note. So don't see that and think it's going to be a blue fragrance mixed with a bunch of sweetness, because it's not. This isn't really focused on the ambroxan. It's focused on these sweet notes is listed on Fragrantica, but really just the tonka bean. You get the woods in the base, sandalwood, cashmere wood, and just this tiramisu, gourmand, edible smell overall. Again, a very, very sweet fragrance, and I want to put emphasis on that because this is not going to be for everyone. This is not your Dior Eau Sauvage, classic smelling citrus fragrance, or not even your Bleu de Chanel or anything like that that's primarily citrus forward with some aromatic touches. This is not that. This is not your traditionally masculine scent. This is not really masculine at all, I would say. This is a sweet fragrance, gourmand, edible, and again for wintertime. So, you know, this is not going to be your average thing if you're used to smelling those traditional men's scents. If you were to give this to someone older who just has been wearing Old Spice and stuff all his life, he would probably think this smells like a female fragrance or just hate it, because this is kind of the new age and kind of newer style of fragrances for men. I mean, normally you would not see something like this marketed for a man, but it's different, and I do like it. If you have a sweet tooth, if you want something fitting for the cooler months, this is one to definitely check out. So talking about when you can wear this one, for me it's great for the fall and winter time, of course, and casual. Nothing I would wear dressed up or anything like that. It's just too sweet for that, right? It's too sweet, it's too playful, it's a bit juvenile leaning. It's just not really for that. You know, it's something you could wear to parties, if you're going out, if you may be on a date, although I would choose something else. Just more casual wear in the cooler months is what I see this one for and what I use it for as well. Nothing too fancy or dressed up with this one. Performance on my skin is fantastic. This is a strong scent. Again, at discounters coming in for about $30. In this price range, you're not expecting anything crazy, but this one performs 9+ hours of longevity and strong projection. This one will push out well beyond your personal bubble, your personal space, and will get people's attention when they're relatively far away from you. So it's a good projector. It's an attention grabber for sure. This will have people turning their head and wondering what it is, because ultimately it is different. And with that projection combined with the fact that it is a bit different, this is going to have people turn their heads left and right, and it is something that will garner you compliments as well. There's some women who are only really into the fresher stuff, but there are also some women who like the super sweet stuff. That's why fragrances like this and Ultra Male, you'll hear some amazing compliment stories about, because there are some women who are just into these ultra sweet fragrances on men. I don't know what it is about it. They just are, right? And then there's people on the other end of the spectrum that only like the freshies. You can never please anyone, but what I can tell you is the more daring fragrances will usually yield the better compliments for the most part. Look, you have something like Dior Sauvage. Of course, that one does yield some great compliments. That's kind of, the blue fragrance thing. We'll leave that aside. But something like Versace Pour Homme. It's a blue colored scent, but not a blue ambroxan fragrance. That one will get you some good positive feedback, but nothing going to be over the top or crazy like with this scent, right? It's usually the ones that are a bit more out there that get people really riled up, and that's what this fragrance does, and you'll hear that all the time. So it is going to be a great compliment getter. It's got that strong projection and great longevity to really help with that as well. And of course, talking about the price, this is a very affordable scent. I don't want to say cheap, because cheap is, there are a couple things. It can be kind of perceived as cheap being bad, and I don't want that to be the perception at all. And also cheap is, I would say, $20-ish and under. Usually, $30 is, if you can't cough up $30 for a fragrance, then this hobby is going to be rough for you, because it gets way crazier from there. But really, for about $30, this is a great scent. Again, not going to be for everyone. You have to be willing to experiment, and you have to be into the sweeter stuff to really appreciate this one. But I would say for most of you, if you have $30 laying around, give this one a blind buy. It is solid. It's a really good one. It got hyped for a reason. This is one I know a lot of you guys would enjoy if you haven't tried it already. So guys, that's pretty much going to do it for me. That was my thoughts on Salvatore Ferragamo Uomo. Great scent for around $30. It is very sweet, but it's also a great one for wintertime as well. If you guys have tried this one, let me know what you think. And remember, it will be linked down below for you to check out as well. That's going to do it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.